Local News 8 in the morning continues.
Hey, welcome back. It's now 6:54. Here are three things to know this morning. Number one, disaster relief companies have been flooded with phone calls since the flash floods earlier this week. Customers are having to wait 24 to 48 hours. They say to suck out as much standing water as you can and pull back your carpet. Number two, the Salmon Chalice National Forest has decided to close the Wallace Lake campground northwest of Salmon. It's to protect people from fire-weakened trees and damaged infrastructure from last year's moose fire. The closure will be in place until July 31st of this year. And number three, the Ross Park Aquatic Complex will kick off its 2023 season tomorrow at noon, weather permitting. It will be open for the Memorial Day weekend and then closed on Tuesday, May 30th through June 1st due to schools not being out and graduations being held. And then it will be open again for the full summer season. You can find these stories and more on our website, localnews8.com, or on our app. Let's send it back over to Jeff.
Yesterday afternoon, we saw more of those storms pop up. Thank you, Roseanne, for sending us this video of this massive shelf cloud out of Aberdeen. Download the KIFI weather app for the Memorial Day weekend and track the storms that may show up. They'll be scattered mid-60s into Jackson and warming up for Memorial Day by about 70. We're expecting a good springtime warm-up into next week. We're going to be about 2 or 3 degrees above average on into the back end of the weekend. For Pocatello, it'll be approaching 80 by Memorial Day and in the lower 80s with spring storm chances. Pretty good chance you'll see a scattered storm around here today. It's going to be in the upper 60s to near 70 in Idaho Falls.
All right, and if you're looking for some free breakfast this morning, St. Anthony is the place to be. There's still plenty of time to make it out there. Local News 8's Seth Ratliff is live. Seth, good morning.
Hello everyone, we are at the Fisherman's Breakfast in St. Anthony, where people are lined up around the block for breakfast. There are pancakes, hash browns, and bacon and sausage here. You can smell everything as we're walking through. This is the kitchen where they're preparing everything, and this has been going on for a long time. It's a tradition here in St. Anthony, and you can see why. People are so excited to get their breakfast here. This is all for free, and it goes from today at 6 a.m. till about 2 p.m. And there are so many people here gathered in the park, in over here, lined up just because they're so excited for breakfast. And honestly, it just smells delicious while we're here. We're actually joined now here at the end by a friend of ours, Brett Macker, who looks to be serving some people right now, but we're going to try to catch his eye real quick. So, excuse me, guys. Hey, Brett.
Hey, how are you?
Doing very well. So this is Brett Macker, one of the organizers of the event. And Brett, we wanted to ask, what does this event mean for St. Anthony and for the people around here who gather?
So this has been something that's been going on for 66 years. It's one of the big events we have here in St. Anthony every year. The opening of fishing season, getting people to come out and just enjoy each other's company and camaraderie, and it's just a real special time here in St. Anthony.
You mentioned 66 years that this has been going on?
66 full years that this has been going on. We did take 2 years off for COVID, but it's 66 years this year that we're celebrating this. So,
could you tell us a little bit of the history of the event, how that started?
So it started back 66 years ago with US 20 went through Main Street of St. Anthony, and what they attempted to do back then was get people to stop going through St. Anthony on their way to Island Park to go fishing. So it started with a cup of coffee and a donut, and this is what it's evolved to.
We can see how many people love what it's evolved into.
The biggest we've ever had was about 12,000 people in one day. That was a year we did it from 6 to 6. This year we'll see between probably just over 4,000 people is what we'll see today. So
4,000 people around here to enjoy breakfast, to be out in St. Anthony. You still have time to come out and enjoy. The breakfast is free. It goes until 2 p.m. in St. Anthony. I'm Seth Ratliff. Back to you, Emma.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Seth. Hey, be sure to bring us some pancakes back. Yeah, once again, it's a free event. It runs until 2 p.m. at Kiefer's Park in St. Anthony.